course, talking about Sugababes. They are back with the original lineup and a UK tour after more than 20 years. And they're going to be playing at the Apollo in Manchester on October the 21st. Sugababes, just hearing the amount of tracks that you've got there, it's just hit after hit. 6 #1 singles. Freak Like Me, Overload, Run for Cover, and made a surprise set at Glastonbury last week, despite clashing with Pyramid headliner Billie Eilish. No one wanted to see her anyway. It was all about Sugababes. I'm only joking.
It was amazing though.
It was good.
Yeah.
How was it? Tell me everything about Glasgow, because it looked insane and it must have been incredible for you all to be performing there together again.
Yeah, honestly, we were just out there to have a good time. We would be happy that, if we were able to just fill the tent it would have been appreciative, but the fact that they had to shut down the actual field for us, we were like, come again, where are the Beatles at this point? But it was incredible. Of course, couldn't really tell as much until we got off and was tagged on social media and all these videos. So yeah,
because you're just too in the moment, your adrenaline's pumping and you're just too focused on doing a good show, but then you come off and you're just like, what just happened? It was amazing.
And what an incredible performance, especially now that you're all back together in the original lineup. So we've got Siobhan, we've got Mutya, and we've got Keisha as well. Now, is it right that you grew up together?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we had lots of friends in common. Keisha and Mutya went to school together.
Yeah, we started in primary school.
Really?
And then
worked our way up.
That's the thing with your primary school friends. There's no secrets. You can't hide anything. Do you know what I mean? They know the ins and outs, warts and all.
Yeah, we're very young, so but it's just nice that we've got a lot in common and we get to share these moments together. So it's great.
So how does it feel being back then together as the original lineup of Sugababes?
It's amazing. Yeah. It's good. It's great. It's great fun. We're having good times at the moment. So it's just about just going there, performing for people, giving them what they want, and just coming off being happy.
Yeah.
To be honest,
we are kind of taking it in our stride, which I do think is lovely, and we're just really enjoying all the moments, and taking it in. And it's something we've talked about over the years. There were just some incredible moments, from the moment we went to radio, or even before that, when we formed, our first show was at Ronnie Scott's, and The Enemy sponsored our first tour. So, but you just can't appreciate it at the time. You're like awkward teenagers, and it's almost too big for you to comprehend what's going on. Whereas now we're like, isn't this amazing that we're doing this? We're really lucky.
Yeah.
And isn't it funny that you mentioned about the videos of social media at Glastonbury and afterwards, launching as a girl band when you did in the late 90s, early noughties. Social media wasn't around. Sorry, I know. No. I was there as well. But, social media wasn't around, and you look at the pressures the girl bands now have with social media, and it's a completely different minefield. I just wonder how you would have felt about having that kind of space as well existing when you first started.
I feel like, like you said, it's a major difference, but I wouldn't even put it down to just the bands. I think in general, social media and just young people, it's so much pressure, and I don't know whether I would have enjoyed it as much, or even it would have just been so distracting. I think just trying to keep up with the Joneses, even just what's popular and what's not. And actually it's quite disheartening if you don't have the followers and then you have a number one, for example, and you need as much for all of that stuff. I'm glad that we were just always in a creative space and didn't have to really think about those things.
But also you want to let your hair down and make mistakes when you're young. How do you do that now?
I honestly don't know. I always think if I was a teenager growing up now,
it is hard for them.
I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah,
definitely.
But then I guess with social media you can kind of create your own narrative as well and put out there what you want. But as a girl band at that time, we had the tabloids, we had the gossip magazines, and how difficult was that for you as a band in your early years, I guess?
Oh my God.
You don't have a voice, do you?
No.
When there was no social media, you don't have your own voice.
I really hated, to be honest, the tabloids and stuff, because because you didn't have a voice, you couldn't really put out what the truth is, and everyone just kind of wrote what they thought it was. I think that was the part that I really disliked about the industry. But I think with having social media now, if there is something that's, needs to come out that's the truth, you could just pretty much do a live and be like, this is what it is. But I think the good thing about when we came out is that everyone kind of wanted to know what we were doing, and they came to places to kind of find you. Now on social media, you just put up a picture and everyone goes, oh, I know what they're doing.
They sometimes
Everyone knows
let
what
us,
everyone's doing.
I go to the fans at this point to check my schedule. They're like, no, you'll be here on that. I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah.
See you there, hon.
Basically.
Yeah.
I know they made it like with one of our pictures. They put all the summer dates.
I
with the
actually
brand
thought we
on
did
it.
that.
I screen grabbed it. I was like, that's really handy, actually.
Right, exactly.
Add to my calendar. Thank you for that. So what made you want to get back together then? Like, you know, a little bit older and wiser perhaps. Did you have this conversation where you thought, let's just do this?
Yeah, I think we actually got back together like 9 years ago under the name MKS, and it literally was, I feel like all of us could say that for that first album, it was almost like on a cliff, like, okay, we've just had one album. What would have happened after One Touch? And we never really, so I think we always had sort of curiosity around it. And I think the reason why we've kind of continued this, like this whole time, is because we wanted to kind of sort of embrace the name Sugababes, have the name Sugababes back, and just kind of, continue just like being bosses. And that's, you know,
Probably shouldn't have taken as long for us to get it back, and there shouldn't have been so many obstacles for us, but
What do you think those obstacles were?
legal ones.
Right, fine.
Ones
Not the nice ones.
Okay.
but people
find a word
standing in the
and
way
you
where
hit
they shouldn't have, you know, and that is, you know, that is our name for, you know, for the members of the band, and I think it's you know, it just, I mean, it's just the whole thing is just silly, and I'm so glad it's behind us.
Yeah, and now we can like focus on our up and coming tour, which is in October.
Oh, and the tickets are out literally in what? Now.
What, like
in 45 minutes.
Oh, in 45
45
minutes.
45 minutes. The tickets will be on sale, so everyone can go get it.
Incredible. So I did say before you're going to be at the Apollo in Manchester on October the 21st. Add that to your calendar.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
But what are your memories of playing Manchester in the early days? I mean, do you have them, or is it just kind of merged into one like big hoo-ha?
Oh, I think we played it.
We've done it a couple of times.
As MKS as well, didn't we?
Yeah. I've got so much family here. So whenever I think of like Manchester, I literally just think of family. So I always have really cool memories. So I didn't get to see them very often through the years. So this was like my catch-up time with them. So it'll be the same this year.
I'm going to have to give you my guest list, aren't I?
Pleased that you are,
that's
just
okay.
one or two extra I need.
But I get the guest list in Dublin.
Okay.
We're sharing the Dublin.
Well, you only need 2 or 3. You only need 2, you said.
95.
Oh, you need 5. Okay.
I have a whole family there too.
Are we sorted now with the guest list?
Sorry.
You need to be a mediator here.
Yes.
Fine. Okay. So Manchester Apollo on October the 21st. You'll have to go out around town afterwards as well.
Definitely.
And have a really good night. It's so good to chat to all three of
Thank
you.
you.
And so good to see you back together again.
Thank you.
I'm not joking when I said that I loved your music growing up, so it's been a real privilege to chat to you.
Thank you.
The Sugababes. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thank you.